All right, everybody. Welcome. Today is Monday, February 9th, 2015, and we've got a really great webinar for you today. There's going to be a lot of really awesome content. I'm Joshua Bayless, and I've got Jason Lockhart and David Williams here with me, and this is the Monday Night Mastermind. Now, what you're looking at right now is our group page. We put a ton of relevant information on there for people looking to build a business online. So we put information like marketing, we put information about sales, we put information about anything that you can possibly think of that's in the realm of network marketing, internet marketing, and online business. Now, let me give you an update. We are in the process of defining a specific audience that we want to help. So you'll be seeing some changes in the future in this group that it's actually going to be more beneficial, because if we do this, we're going to get more engagement, and we're going to be able to really help people in a specific group, and it'll also help people in a broader group also. But in order to do anything online, you really need to be specific. And right now I'm reading a book called Differentiate or Die. And that's what this book is all about. Okay. It's about finding your target market and being specific. So, but today we're not going to talk about that. Today we are going to talk about your blog or your website. We're going to talk about how to optimize that so that it becomes a lead magnet machine. And what do I mean by that? We want your website to be developed in such a way, in such a strategic way, that when people come to it, they almost have no choice but to opt in to your list. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, I want to show you guys some pictures of my boys here, and tell you a little story of what happened today. Now, Ben, he's a little bit bigger than Alex here, and this was taken yesterday because it was just so nice here in Kansas. It was almost 70 degrees. I wasn't here. I was in a different city because I had drill weekend this weekend. But my wife took the boys to the park, and they had a blast there. Well, today I put these two to bed for a nap, right? And they fell asleep pretty quickly. Well, they slept for about 2 hours today, and then when I went in there, the the um, the white stuff, that white absorbent stuff that is in the diapers, it was everywhere, in every corner of the room. All that that absorbent stuff was everywhere. So all over the toys, all over everything. So we had to take the kids out, give them a bath, and wipe off all their toys, and clean their room spotless. And it was, oh my gosh! At first, it felt like it was like an impossible task to do. But as we got done with it, it really wasn't that bad. But these guys, they are always getting into things, always so curious about things, and it's just amazing watching these twin boys. They're 2 years old right now, and it's just so much fun because they find they find life to be such an adventure, and you can see it in their eyes. So I just wanted to share that with you guys before we got into our main content here. So this is my blog, all right? And let me show you a few things that's a must when you have a blog or a website. One of the things that you see right off the bat is this opt-in form right here. And this is my giveaway, the 5 weird but essential digital tools for online entrepreneurs. Now, I would say that it's a must to have some kind of a giveaway, all right? Some kind. It could be a PDF. It could be a boot camp series. It could be a report. It could be an app. It could be a certain percentage off of a product, or it could be anything that your niche would absolutely just love to get their hands on. All right, and and uh, and make sure to capture their information. Now you don't have to get their name or their phone number. The most important thing that you need to get is their email. Okay, I just add the name and the phone number because I know if somebody puts their name and their email and their phone number, this is somebody that's really interested in getting in contact with me and wanting me to contact them. Okay. You will probably get more signups though if you just have an email. I'm just telling you that right now. All right. So you have your first opt-in form right there. Okay. And you also want to have an opt-in form at the bottom, at your footer. Now this one, I have a picture of me where I'm pointing over to the opt-in form, and that's always a good thing. You don't have to have a picture of yourself, or you can use somebody else pointing, or you can use a what do you call it? An arrow. An arrow will work just fine. So and this opt-in form is just simpler, right? It doesn't look as fancy as the one up there. All right. Now, if you go to one of my pages, like my About Me page, I've got, my opt-in form here in the right corner. I also have an opt-in form within the page as they're reading, and I've got a call to action for them to opt in. Okay. And then as you go down, they read through my story, and then at the very end, I also have another call to action and an opt-in form. And as you can see on this one, I don't have the phone number here. One, it didn't look really that great. And two, more than likely people are going to, put in their information if they don't have to do a whole lot of steps. And then at the footer, in all my pages, I've got this also. Now, let me show you how to do some of this, okay? Because some of you may not even understand like how to do it, okay? Well, first of all, you need a few things as a foundation before you can even have an opt-in form. First of all, you need to have an autoresponder. So GetResponse is what I use, or Aweber, or GVO, or Infusion. There's so many out there. Today, I'm going to show you GetResponse because that's what I use all the time. That's a really good autoresponder that many people use. There's really good support. There's good user interfaces, and it's just really easy. All right. So in order to get a web form or an opt-in, one of these opt-ins, let me show you. So let's work on how to get one of these, okay, within your page. So what you would do is you would go to create a new web form. And then like this one here, I don't have a heading. This is a heading that I just did within the page. So I would go down here, I would take out the header. I would take out the footer. If I just wanted to get the email, I'd take out the name. I'd take out all this privacy stuff and just make it so simple, right? You can change the width, and for my page, I think I had it at 450. Whoops. So it's wider. You can change the color of the background. So right now I got just white, but you can change it to green. You can change, the call to action button. You can say click here or whatever you want it to say. There's so many things that you can change on here. We're just going to keep it like this to make it simple. Now you also want to make sure that you're in the right campaign. So if you haven't created a campaign, then you need to go down here, create a campaign, and do it that way. I'm going to do it in my blog campaign, if I can find it. I've got a lot of campaigns, as you can see. I'll just put it in this campaign. I can't find my other campaign for right now. All right, so take out all this stuff. We'll make it green. and I'm not going to worry about the width. So you'll click next, and you'll name it. So for this, it would be like a blog page. Confirmed opt-in. I would suggest that. Okay, this is some advice that I just got from my mentor. Okay, and if you guys don't know what confirmed opt-in is, let me explain it just real quick. Okay, if this is on, they will have, when they sign up to your list, so when they put their information in here or in here, if confirmed opt-in is on, then it'll send, GetResponse will send them a message saying that you need to confirm your subscription with this person. Okay, and then they've got to click confirm. That is a better lead than a not a confirmed opt-in. So sometimes it's called double opt-in. They call it confirmed opt-in, but I would suggest having this on if you are doing paid traffic. Okay, because the reason why I say this is because a lot of the paid traffic, they're going to put in bad information. Okay, and you don't want to subject your GetResponse account because of a bunch of people that put in bad information. Does that make sense? So you can get penalized from GetResponse if your bounce rate is too high, if you get a whole bunch of spam complaints. There's a lot of reasons that you can get in trouble with your autoresponder. This is a way to prevent that from happening. So with paid traffic, you definitely want to go with confirmed opt-in so that they have to double opt-in, right? With your blog, it's up to you. Some people say, it's still better to do double opt-in. I, for one, believe that is a better quality lead, and I would turn it off. That's my suggestion. It's ultimately up to you, but that's my suggestion. Now, then you have to pick a thank you page. Now, this is a default page. I like GetResponse's default page because it goes, especially if it's a confirmed opt-in, it goes to a little video that shows them, how to do that. Go to your Gmail account, click it, click confirm. You can also do a custom one, which can brand that, more to you. You can create a video, saying, I appreciate your subscription, and please look in your inbox because I've sent you, that free giveaway that you have, and then you go to next. And so don't worry about this part because I know a lot of people that they don't know a lot about computers and it scares them. When I first started, I had no idea about HTML. I didn't know anything. Okay, so just take a deep breath and don't worry about these next steps because they're really easy. It's just copying and pasting. Okay, this is what we call a JavaScript code. Okay, sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. When it does not work, you have to use the full code. Okay, and that's all of this. It's better to use the JavaScript code because if you can use that, if you go in and make a change, it'll automatically update your opt-in form without you having to go update it. Does that make sense? So the JavaScript code will automatically do updates for you. This one, if you put this one in your, let me show you. So we're going to a page. And this is my WordPress back office. I went to pages. Let's go to a sample page. So this is my sample page. And as you can see up here, right here, there's visual and there's text. You need to go into the text. Let's go back to the autoresponder GetResponse. Now, there's the JavaScript code, but I found that in this instance, the JavaScript code does not work within my version of WordPress. Okay, so I'm going to have to copy and paste all of this. So I'm going to do a Command A to copy, to highlight all of it, Command C to copy it, and then here I'm going to do a Command V. And as you can see, it's all in there. And then I'll go back to Visual and scroll up here. And as you can see, it's here. Okay? And what it looks like if I preview the page, there it is. See, and people can put in their email and sign up, and it's as easy as that. Now, what about over here? What if I want to do a banner, or what if I want to do an opt-in box in the sidebar or the footer? Let me show you how to do that. It's really simple. It's almost the same exact ways. Okay. So and as you can see, this really didn't show up with all the colors, and I'm not sure exactly why it did that. I think it's has to do with my version of WordPress. Yours might have a different result. Like I said, you don't have to be an advanced techie to do this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to grab the JavaScript code this time, because I found that in my sidebar, and how to get there is you go to Appearances and then you go to Widgets. They're called widgets. I'm going to leave this page. And I'm going to put one in my primary sidebar, okay? So what you need to do is you need to get a text widget. I'm going to put this at the very bottom. And this JavaScript code, I copied it, and I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to press Save. Now, you can see that there's nothing down here. This is the last one, my Make Money Online blogging banner. Let's update this, and you should see it. And it didn't work, okay? It's supposed to be here. So this JavaScript code didn't work. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get the full code, okay? Copy that, put it in there, press Save. There it is, okay? It's as easy as that. Now you can make some adjustments in here. If you had the JavaScript code, it would do it automatically. But if I go in here and adjust the size, I would have to recopy this and then go back and paste it back in here, delete all this and paste it in here, save it, and then check it again to see if it's the right one. Now, for now, I'm just gonna delete this because I don't want that on my sidebar. But that's the same method if you put it in your footer. Now, as you can see, my footer, I used the JavaScript code to get this one, and it worked, which is good, because I had to make some adjustments to make it look right. But if it didn't work, I'd use the full HTML code. Okay, so that is really, really easy. Now let me show you one more thing, okay, before we open it up to get some more fantastic ideas from Jason and David on making your website a lead magnet machine. So the next idea that I'm going to give you is also is actually a plugin that I recently found, and it's a really great plugin that allows you the capability to have pop-ups and that are time delayed, or what they call an exit intent pop-up. And I'll explain those, but let me show you how to get plugins first. So you go down to plugins, you'll go to add new or installed plugins. Let me show you the installed plugin that I have. Pop-up Alley. Okay, so you would add a new pop-up, then you would go to search Pop-up Alley, and then you would just press install once it came up. Okay, so mine says installed already. Since it's installed already, you would go back to plugins, and then you would click activate. Okay, then you would go to your settings, and you would find, actually Pop-up Alley will actually be on your sidebar. So you'd go there, and you'd be able to either click an exit intent pop-up or a time delayed pop-up. And this plugin gives you 2 free pop-ups. Okay, so you can have one of each. I'm only doing the exit intent pop-up, and you can decide which pages you want the pop-up to be on. You know, if you want the pop-up to be on all your posts, you can decide how many days you want the pop-up to show up. And what I mean by that is if somebody comes to your website once and they, for the first time, they'll see the pop-up. And then if they come the next day, they won't. They'll only see it every 7 days that they come. Okay, and that's really, they recommend 14. I'm doing 7. I want to be a little bit more aggressive. Some people even do 3 every 3 days. But any more than that, I would kind of steer clear because you don't want to be annoying. And then you would go to style settings. And this is what it would look like. So if somebody was at my website, they were, you know, scrolling around, and then they take their cursor up like they're going to exit out, this would come up, and it says, wait, before you go, why not get your free copy of my 5 weird but essential digital tools for online entrepreneurs? Now, this will increase your opt-in rate quite a bit. And, you know, some people think it's annoying, but it works. So if you want to get more opt-ins, definitely have a pop-up like this, okay? It's really easy, simple to do. You can change, you know, all these things, very easy. Don't be afraid. And if I had another one, this is where the second one is, okay? So don't be afraid, guys, to go out there and find plugins. You don't have to use this one. There's plenty of other plugins. Stay tuned within the group because I will be posting, you know, content of new plugins that I find that are very useful, and new ideas on how to, you know, make your website a lead magnet machine. So I'm going to now turn it over to Jason and see if he has some tips on his end for lead generation. Go ahead, Jason.
Josh, that was awesome. That was awesome. I'm gonna change to have the screen on me.
Okay.
All right. Great information, and just to add in my own tip here. If you could see my screen, you could view it now.
Yep.
Okay. When I created my own blog, I had thought about looking at some other websites out there that get a whole lot of traffic, and what had, you know, popped into my mind actually was YouTube. So if we head to YouTube, you will see how they actually get a lot of their traffic. I'm going to spell youtube.com. Okay, so if I was to actually click on any of these, you'll see how when it pops up, they have all the other videos that relate to that video on the right. And so I had thought, well, what if I did that with my blog? So you can see on my blog, I have other posts that have been viewed a lot. And so that's a way I can have people stay on my blog, viewing other areas on my blog, and they come back over and over just to see if there's anything new on my must-read blog post that I have to the side. And so that helps to keep new people that haven't ever seen my blog read more about what I have on my blog, if there's anything interesting that they want to read. And for the people that have already read my blog, they are always back over and over again because they want to see if I have anything new to show. And so that's one way I've upped my own rate with the people that stay on and opt in as well. It's just to add more of the posts that have been popular on the right side of my blog, just like they have on YouTube. So that was a tip that I want to actually throw out there, and I'll hand it over to David to see if he has any tips that he wants to share.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me change presenter. Can I change presenter? Okay, let me see. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. There we go.
Now?
Yep.
Okay, one of the things I do, and it's really easy, is create YouTube videos based around, whatever content that you think is valuable. And then what you can do is you can buy a domain that's going to be a very generic domain that'll be like follow your name dot whatever URL attachment that you can get. Because if you have a common name like myself, it may be difficult to get .com or .net because the product already purchased. So there's so many different URL attachments now that you may end up getting, .eu or .rock or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you get something, and then attach that to that particular domain, and then redirect it in whatever type of hosting service you have. So it goes from that particular follow your name dot whatever to the home page of your blog. So then when you do the YouTube video, just have that particular URL and say, if you want more information, follow my blog at follow your name dot whatever. Then what else I've done is that will take people from the YouTube video straight to the home page of your blog. Then what I've done is I've used a specific theme called a Divi theme, which is DIVI. You can go look it up. And it allows you to integrate a opt-in on the home page of your blog. So now bring somebody to my home page. I have what is essentially a slider, and then when a person joins my newsletter here, it takes them to a get response opt-in. So you don't have to learn how to do this. You can find somebody on Odesk or Elance, pay them like $50, and they can integrate this for you. But it allows you the ability to put people on your list from your home page, and that becomes like another part of your funnel. Because I don't really do a lot of sidebar stuff, but I do use this as a way, and I've been able to get leads from bringing people straight from YouTube directly to this home page. And so that's a different take on it. It's not a pop-up because it's always there, it's constant, but it's also not a sidebar. So it takes some planning as far as how you want to integrate it, but it's really not that difficult. It'll take you an hour to figure out how to do it, and like I said, you get a programmer to integrate the theme into your particular blog that allows this particular type of functionality, and then you just take it from there. So that's something that I'm using as opposed to sidebars and things of that nature.
That is a really, 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 really good tip, guys. Now, this is something that, like marketers that are making millions of dollars blogging, this is what they're doing. Like Neil Patel, they do this exact same thing. Shakir, I don't know what Shakir's last name is. Do you know, David?
Yes, Hussein.
Shakir Hussein. All these marketers do this exact same thing that David is showing you. So that is a super good tip. So right now we're going to go ahead and end the Monday Night Mastermind for tonight. Thank you all for attending, and if you're watching this in the replay, thank you for watching. We're going to come back next week, and I think who's up next week? Is it Jason?
Yeah, that's going to be me. And next week I'm going to talk about how to create content for your blog when you have no idea what to write about.
Sweet. All right, everybody. So make sure to get here next week. Jason's going to blow your mind with the ideas that he has, and we want you here. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you next week.